However, while robots excel in speed, human workers remain indispensable for tasks requiring precision and oversight. Workers ensure no small bones are left in the fillets after robotic processing, maintaining the high quality demanded by export markets. They also operate and maintain the machines, ensuring seamless operations throughout the production cycle. At the packaging stage, workers oversee every shipment, ensuring proper labeling and traceability. However, with an annual maintenance cost of just $3,000, these robots significantly reduce labour costs while boosting efficiency. A robotic production line can handle up to 20 tons of salmon daily with just 5 workers, a level of efficiency unparalleled in the seafood industry. Workers earn between $20 and $25 per hour, providing stable incomes during the peak harvest season. Thanks to harvesting tech operations. This improvement not only increases profitability, but strengthens Canada's salmon exports to demanding markets like the US, Japan, and Europe. Maintaining consistent quality is essential to earning the trust of customers worldwide. When it comes to the nut industry, almonds and walnuts take centre stage due to their large production scale and high global demand. Recent reports show that almonds are the most widely grown nut, with California producing 80% of the world's supply. This state, along with China, dominates the walnut market. On top of that, cashews are another nut with a very different harvesting and processing method compared to almonds and walnuts, mainly because they contain a poisonous chemical in the shell. That's why they're quite expensive when exported to the US, with 1 pound of whole cashews selling for as much as $16, owe much of their success to the temperature difference of about 58 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit between summer and winter. Experts estimate that it takes around 1 gallon of water to produce a single almond. So with modern irrigation systems in place, it's no surprise that California produces over 2.5 billion pounds of almonds every year. When harvest time comes, specialised machines called shakers clamp onto the trunks of each tree and shake it vigorously, 7 days, before running a sweeper machine over them to gather them into rows. This helps to prepare the nuts for a different collection machine, equipped with sensors that remove most of the dirt and debris. From there, the almonds are sent to large stockpiles, where they are fumigated for around 2 days, then to be stored for processing. This facility's daily task is to handle over 20,000 pounds of almonds, so that the almonds inside easily separate from the shell. Then they pass through holes designed so that only the almond kernel can fall through. This process is repeated around 8 times with progressively smaller holes to ensure the shell is fully separated. After that is the sorting process, which is done both by machine and manually. The almonds are sifted through vibrating screens to sort them by size, again using the same hole filling method shipped to various factories to create a wide range of almond products. Do you know why they're dumping millions of these crushed almonds into the chocolate? why it's to make the outer coating for millions of ice cream bars. We're at an ice cream factory, and nuts are essential for making the ice cream more delicious and the eating experience more interesting. This chocolate nut bath is very cold, so once they're dipped in, the coating instantly freezes. After that, the ice cream will be packaged. To prevent the ice cream from melting, the entire... Would you like to try a day working in an ice cream factory? Along with almonds, walnuts also thrive in the Mediterranean climates like those found in California and China. However, unlike almonds, which rely on bees for pollination, walnuts are wind pollinated. Another key difference is the walnuts must be shelled right after harvest, rather than being stored in stockpiles like almonds. At the end of the hot season, when the husk of the walnut begins to split open, farmers start the harvest process. Once again, the shaker machines are used to clamp onto the tree trunks and shake thousands of walnuts loose in just a few seconds. After they fall to the ground, they're swept into rows by a sweeper machine and then collected by a harvester. Each plant typically stores around 1.6 million pounds of walnuts during the harvest season. Production line. The walnuts are then thoroughly cleaned and dried in large air dryers to reduce moisture to around 8%. This ensures that they stay fresh throughout the packaging and export process. Now we will explore the nuts that you have been waiting for. Unlike almonds, that's why countries like Vietnam, India and the Ivory Coast dominate global cashew production, contributing nearly 70% of the world's supply. But without intensive, precise processing, these nuts wouldn't be edible at all because of their toxic shell. Farmers collect them by hand or with simple tools. Then they lay them out in the sun for a few days to allow the caustic liquid to dry before the processing begins. Then the cashew nuts are steamed. After steaming, the outer shells are removed. In the past, this was removed entirely by hand, but the chemical would burn the skin. So today, most large cashew processing facilities use machines to shell the nuts. Then the cashew nuts are dehumidified. After dehumidification, the inner shell must be removed again because it can cause throat irritation when eaten. And cashews with the shell removed also sell for a higher price. Today, only large factories can afford the shelling machines. Smaller operations still rely on workers for this job. It's important to keep the nut intact without breaking it, as the price is higher for whole cashews. After shelling, the cashews go through multiple rounds of sorting by size and colour, and are also in pounds of cashews, making it one of the most popular and valuable nuts globally, worth over $8 billion today. Most of the nuts are made into nut butter. This creamy spread is a staple in many households. Nut butter begins with roasting, which gives the nuts a rich and nutty aroma. This step also helps loosen any remaining skin, especially for nuts like peanuts, almonds, and walnuts, which are often blanched before processing. Once roasted, the nuts are cooled and funneled into grinding machines along with seasonings. These industrial grinders operate at high speeds, breaking the nuts down into smaller and smaller particles. The friction from grinding generates heat, which naturally releases the oils within the nuts, creating a creamy consistency. Almonds and cashews achieve this texture more easily because of their higher oil content. Factories often test random samples from each batch to ensure they meet food safety standards. The finished product is then transferred into sterilized jars, sealed and labeled. These jars are vacuum sealed to maintain freshness and extend shelf life. In 2023, the nut butter market was valued at over $6.7 billion, with animal food markets. Another popular nut product is nut milk. This type of milk has become a go-to alternative to dairy milk, especially for 65% of people worldwide who are lactose intolerant.